7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This video is a proud presentation of MJ Broadcasting. Thank you for your support and enjoy the game.
Ready for exhibition play inside of the Granite View Richter Day, the last test for the Toros before the regular season starts next Friday versus the Peterborough Panthers. This test will feature the Peterborough Peaks. Up through center, the pass for Ryan got broken up. Cameron Ryan scoops it up. Back in the lineup after missing the semi-final game versus Burlington in the St. Catharines tournament. Back in behind the net. Cameron Ryan takes his man into the boards, back in behind the goal. Trying to bump him off the puck. Toros gets the loose puck in the corner. Free comes up through center. Nicholas Pro is able to knock that pass down, and now Fraser goes for a shot at the net. That gets blocked out in front. Addison is in goal to start for Peterborough, and at the other end, Alex Chismedia will be between the pipes for the Toros. Back in behind the net. With this being an exhibition game, I might see the goaltenders splitting the shifts, or the other one coming in at the halfway mark. J.J. Barta comes in over the line. Gets that for stick. Peterborough get the opportunity to try and clear it out. It comes around the back end boards. Just getting started here at the Richard Arena. Knocked down there by Barta, who can't backhand it deep into the zone. There's another opportunity to hit the right skate of number 18. Goes into the left of the Peterborough corner. Barter's trying to dig away at it with Jackman. Kale Ryan with a wrist shot. That gets knocked down by number 79 out of front. This line of Jackman. Jackman, Howard, and Barter had a pretty good tournament as that rolls in right in to Alex Chismedia, who makes his first stop of the game. And now a big offensive face-off coming up here for Peterborough. Greco will take the draw off to the right of Chismedia, and Connor Cole gets the honors in the defensive end. Won cleanly by Greco back to the line. Fires it right back in behind the Toros net where Davidson's awaiting it. Trying to fire it around the other side. Knocked down by Mailer. And that shot is going to go in wide of the net. Toros trying to clear it out up there for Chapman out of his reach. Tapped in there from the line from number 91, Cooper. Tried to find Greco down low. Simon's going back in behind the Toros net, looking to center it out of front. They'll use the back of the line. Legressley wasn't ready for the pass, goes past him all the way back down the ice. Addison will steer it aside for his defenseman, who starts it from his own end. Down the ice it goes into the corner, comes Colton Neely to scoop it up. Lost his footing as he was picking up the puck in behind the goal. Davidson will help him out, but he's getting some pressure there. Ryan chips it back in behind the net for number 34. Whitney tries to hold it in. Nice play there by number 87. With a nice backhand pass, he tried to find number 88, Whitney, but it was broken up nicely there by Connor Cole as they dump it down the ice. Scooped up at center by Whitney. He's coming in the zone. And Davidson lost his footing. Shot! Right into the crest of Alex Chismedia, and he makes his first real test save of the game as he stopped Whitney right in close. Fired it right into the Toros logo for another face-off, off to the right of the goal. It'll be Lesson that takes the draw here for Peterborough versus Trent Taylor, who wins it on a scramble draw back there for Ethan DeVent, who had 2 goals in the St. Catharines tournament. So he can provide some offense from the blue line. That would be a good start here for the Toros this year. That goes back in behind the net. Taylor. And it's to my belief that DeVent was the only defenseman that scored in the tournament. That goes back in behind the net. Trying to fire it around the other side from Cameron Ryan. He's trying to chip it out and find a lane. Kept in there from the blue line. And now fired past Taylor at center. Peterborough scoop it up in their own end, move it to the other side. The 14 goes for the lead pass out of the reach of Lesson. Knocked down in his own end by Nolan Fraser, who's going to find Ethan Dervent with the lead pass. Nicholas Pro comes in, trying to start a 2-on-1 with Cameron Ryan. Pro with a shot. First stop there from Addison with a blocker save as he blocked it high and wide over the goal, and we get our first whistle. Howard to take the draw off to the left now. Quick shot off the draw, stopped there by Addison. Couldn't control his own rebound as Jackman tries to sweep it in, and that goes wide of the net. But the Toros putting on their first bit of pressure. Jackman spins away from the checker, lost control of it. Still gets it back there for Ethan Dervent with a shot. Stopped in front as Barter tried to get his tip on out of front. Tipped it wide of the goal. Trying to find that loose puck and dig it out of the corner. Throwing it out of front, and they score! And that is a goal there for J.J. Barta, throwing it out of front. And he threw it out of front and made its way past Addison to make it 1-0 for the Toros. So the hot start for J.J. Barta continues for the Toros, as he had quite a few knockers in the tournament. So if he can bring that into the regular season as well, the line of Jackman, Barta, and Howard could be a force to be reckoned with for the Toros. Gage forward, back there from Taylor Ryan. Broken up there at the line by the Ryan from Peterborough. Coming in. Shot. Right pad save there from Chismedia as it came out. Barta starting up the speed. He's got to get around Whitney. Comes in the zone. He's got Aiden Howard with him. Howard tried to pull the trigger of that, poked off his stick. Keeping it in from the line is Gage forward. Ford will fire it back in behind the net there for Aiden Howard. Howard. Backhand pass, broken up there in the corner. Peterborough scooped up from their own end off the backhand boards. Up through center comes number 34. He's got to get around Taylor Ryan. And he can't do it as Taylor Ryan stood him up with a nice defensive play as he poked the puck off Palachi. Goes into the corner. Jackman trying to chip it out at center ice. Trying to stay on side, and they do. With some nice moves, he gets from the face-off circle. Couldn't shoot it, takes it behind the goal. 1-0 Toros on the goal by J.J. Barta, who's off that press again. Looking for a second of the game. He's got to catch it up into the corner though. Barta, as the Toros go off on a line change, but Barta is doing the damage down low, tries to stuff it out of front. Addison made the easy stop. And he'll freeze it for another face-off, so the Toros will complete their line change. Face-off. One there, just inside the Peterborough line. Connor Cole's trying to bump off number 14, Woodward, on the puck. Nice play there by Woodward to get around the checker. He had a man sitting all on his lonesome. And that was a scary pass. That hit something in front and rolled right down the net. And almost touched his media up on the wrong foot. Sabrizi up there with Chapman. Sabrizi to Chapman. In and shot. Gets stopped there from Addison. Didn't get all he wanted to. The pass was too far ahead of him. He couldn't pull it to the forehand to get a strong shot away. Oh, they're still in the zone though with Sabrizi. Sabrizi gets away from the checker. He tries to throw it in front again for Chapman. Never got broken up. Back up through the center ice. As Woodward with a shot. Going in wide as he goes off on the line change. 5 minutes approaching here in the first period. Lead pass for Chapman as he knocks it down. Dumps it down the ice and goes off on the change as he puts it into the corner. Keeping it up there on the other side, just over the stick of Cameron Ryan, and onto the stick of number 91 with a shot. Left pass stop as it came out quick for Alex Chismedia, made the stop. Mailer tried to hold it in, not going to happen as Trent Taylor poked to the side. LeGressley comes in through the line. LeGressley shot, caught there from Alex Chismedia with ease, and he'll freeze it for another face-off. Now to be Whitney taking the offensive draw here for Peterborough versus Taylor. It's a scramble draw. Toros get it, and then move it up through center with Nicholas Pro trying to find a breaking Cameron Ryan. He's got one man to beat. Does shot. Got a good shot away, and Addison just got a piece of that glove on it to make the stop. Goes back to the line. Shot. That's going through the screen. Cameron Ryan trying to find it along with Taylor. Nobody can poke that puck in. Peterborough trying to get it. Cameron Ryan wing that battle. Coming around the boards. Tapped in from the line. Fraser fans on the shot. Peterborough tried to start a 3-on-2 back up the other way. Led in by Kalachi. Kalachi with a drop pass for Whitney. He goes to the other side as they tried the tic-tac-toe. And the toe didn't work as he was broken up. Tried to find Ryan off to the right. Number 87. Bounces out the back end board. Just out of the reach there of Whitney as the Toros poke it aside. Here comes Pro at center. Nicholas Pro passes, puts it past Jones and into the corner. JJ Barter from center. He's going to go score in the game. Proving that if you just throw it on net, good things will happen. That's all he did. He threw a centering pass out in front and it made its way past Addison to break the 0-0 tie. Nice read there by JJ Barter. Can't get it out though. Nice play by Woodward. Woodward kept it in from the line. Kill Ryan doing all he can to chip it out. Went over the stick there of Jackman and it's up there at center. Jones from his own zone. Moves it over there for Woodward. Woodward in over the line. He's got Gage Ford to beat. And Ford is going to put him right into the corner. And then bump him off the puck and take control of it. Gage Ford fires it around the board. Woodward was all over him. Aiden Howard good trying to pick up the loose puck. Chip it aside there for Jackman. 2:30 left to go here in the first period. That just gets out over the line. Couldn't start a 2-on-1. Jones goes back in his own end, but he gets bugged by Berta. Jackman can't get away from Jones. Aiden Howard tries to help him to keep the play onside. Gage Ford from his own zone. He'll drop it back there for Kale Ryan, and he'll dump it the length of the ice into the corner. Just there from Jackman at the Peterborough bench. And that goes into the corner. Tries for a pass to the other side, and it got broken up. The other side. This could start a 2-on-1. Simon takes it off the back end boards. They just stay outside as Lesson was going to the net. There's Lesson again. Lesson has it in his feet. Cooper tries to help him out to take a shot. Simon will scoop it up there from the face-off circle, but a nice play by Connor Cole to bump him off the puck, and now Neely tries to do the work at the face-off dot. James Davidson working over his man in the corner. Cole's trying to survive the first period, and that shot just missed as number 11 put all his muscle into that. That was Greco. Kept out, trying to go on a 2-on-1. Chapman's coming up there as well, but it's offside. Connor Cole to take the draw just outside the blue line here. One there with ease by Whitney. Tries to move it up through center. Gets knocked down, and they're digging away at it at the Peterborough bench as they're coming in, and that's Whitney trying to get around Ethan Dervent as he goes into the corner in the last minute of play with about 40 seconds left. Ethan Dervent with a lead pass. Chapman's trying to knock it down there. It's taken away, and Pulaski tried to make his way in. It's Whitney that gets the puck, but Dervent bumps him just enough to make him lose control of the puck, and Sabrisi tries to get it out. Can't do it. 2-on-1 the other way with a shot. Easy save there with a glove hand by Chismedia. Draw just off to the left of Alex Chismedia now. Trent Taylor takes it from his own end with a lead pass for Perot. Trying to knock it down. He gets a pass. Rick takes the tape for the Toros. Cameron Ryan. He falls before he could dump it in though. Jones from his own end with the lead pass for Lesson. Lesson gets up through center. Might be time for one more shot, but he can't fire it away. And the Toros take a 1-0 lead to the second due to an early goal by JJ Barda. Takes out from center ice to be taken by Taylor. Cameron Ryan up in the zone. Gets around Woodward. He's got one man to beat. He gets swept off the stick from Jones. Prevent. Back there with Fraser again, and Taylor will bump him out the puck as it comes in over the line. He can prevent, tries to get that loose puck as it comes into the corner for Woodward, and he takes a shot. Goes high and wide over to media. Another quick shot. That hits. Prevent out of front, and Woodward's trying to find the loose puck and backhand it in. Went behind the goal. Trying to throw it out of front again for Woodward, and another big save there from Chismedia. And he's doing everything he can to find that loose puck. Finally, he was able to find it for another draw. There's real pressure there from Peterborough to start the second period, and Chismedia stands his ground to keep it out. Keeps it at 1-0 in favor of the Toros. Aiden Howard will take the defensive draw. Howard skips it up in his own end. Coming around the back end boards there for Jackman. He's going to get picked off as they try and find Simon on the other side. Gonna get around the check, and he does. Up through center ice is Berta. Berta had it swept off his stick, and here comes McGressley in the zone. McGressley lost his footing as he tried to split a 2-on-1 the other way. Jackman dumps it down the ice, and it is not going to be an icing call. Berta tried to get to the loose pass first. Mailer tried to pick it up. His lead pass gets broken up with ease by Cale Ryan, and now Berta picks it up. Jackman does a good job to keep it outside. The shot gets blocked. Jackman tried to find it, couldn't do it. 2-on-2 rush the other way as Simon's joining number 91 as he dumps it into the corner. Back in behind the net for Gage Ford. Ford with a lead pass. They're going to flip it up through center. Whitney up in the zone. Got to get around the check. Going to throw it out of front. It hits the player out of front of the goal. Rolls in with ease. It's his media for another draw. So it's just off to the left of the goal now. Trying to move that puck up through center. They've got Galladay, number 65. Over there for Gage Ford. Forward through center. Tried for that lead pass. Rolls right in on that. Addison makes the easy stop and takes another whistle on his own end. Played almost 3 minutes here of period number 2. Toros up 1-0 on the goal by Barta in the first period. And it's going to be very busy end of September for the Toros to start the season. Once they play Pickering on the 21st, they've got Ajax the 23rd, and then Oshawa on the 26th, and then a couple of games on the weekend as well. So the Toros are getting right into the thick of things to end September. Chapman trying to get to the other side, knocked down. Again, kept in there from Neely as he fires it around the other side for Chapman. Trying to find it through center, gets it to the other side. Actually, the Toros are going to see this Peterborough team right at the start of the year on September the 28th. Part of a 3-game weekend series, as the Toros are going to be in Northumberland on the Friday, the 27th, and Peterborough the 28th, and then North Durham on the 29th to finish off their schedule in September. Face off, coming off to the left of Chismedia. Trying to get there is Taylor. He had it slipped off the stick to the other side. Ronan on that, just wide of the goal. Come back into the zone. Gordon Elio dump it off the back end boards through center. Knocked down. Fired right back into the corner. And to do that battle in the corner, throwing it out of front, just over the stick and chipped aside there for Jackman. And my apologies, the 3 games in 3 nights will be Friday the 28th, Saturday the 29th, and then Sunday the 30th. 28th versus North Durham, the 29th in Peterborough, and then the 30th we'll wrap it up against North Durham. As that one is going to be, this whistle blown. We might have a penalty coming up, but we'll be right back. Might have been just an offside call. We'll take another draw here in the Toros end. Peterborough actually put on a little bit of pressure here. They started the second period on a high with a couple of scoring chances that were denied by Chiz Media, but they're still in there looking for the equalizer. Starting up through center, Ted Taylor to the other side for Perot. Nick Perot enters through center ice, stays on side with a shot. It's going to flutter in wide. Cameron Ryan will pick it up from the corner. Takes down Whitney in behind the net. Nice play by Nolan Fraser to hold it in from the blue line. But his shot is going to flutter in wide of the net. Prevent from center ice will come in. Had it poked off the stick and it comes away at center. There's Nolan Fraser with it. Got to get around Whitney, but Cameron Ryan is offside. Draw one there in Peterborough's own end. Lead pass, right tape to tape for Woodward. He's going up there with Leeson. Woodward can't get around the check there of Durvent. He's held him up nicely. Lead pass for Aiden Howard. He's got to get around number 79, and he will. One more man to beat. Aiden Howard in, fires it. Locker save there, but a great job there from Aiden Howard to cut right in and get that point blank opportunity from the slot area. And it was a nice stop there from Addison. He might have got his blocker on it. Back up there through center. There's Leeson to scoop it up. Moving it to the other side for Woodward. And a nice defensive play by Ethan Durvent as the 4-on-3 the other way. Toros are in outside as Jackman was in just ahead. Connor Cole to take that draw against Greco. Moving it up through center is Miller, using the boards up there for Simon. Out of his reach as it goes into the corner for Gage Ford to scoop it up. Ford got bothered in behind the goal. Couldn't do anything with the pass kept in by Simon with a strong backhand. Puts it back in behind the net. Cooper put it in there, in behind the goal. Pros pick it up in their own end. Going for the lead pass through center was Kale Ryan. Couldn't go with it. Gage Ford will chip it out, and now LeGressley will scoop it up from center. Coming in over the blue line. LeGressley lost his footing and he got taken down. Up through center is Sabrizi. Benjamin Sabrizi up there with Connor Cole. Nice drop pass for Chapman. Shot gets blocked. But a nice read there by Ben Sabrizi with a drop pass for Chapman. Just couldn't get the shot in on net. Sabrizi's in. Shot shot. Almost kept there by Connor Cole. Now Chapman picks up trip. And there comes the first penalty of the game as Chapman was tripped off his feet. Toros had a deadly power play in the tournament. They had quite a few power play goals. Looking to connect here. Davidson shot through screen. Tip. Scores! I believe that one will go to Ted Taylor. It looks like he was celebrating the goal, so he might have got a stick on Davidson's shot from the line to make it 2-0. So the Toros don't take long to make Peterborough pay for the tripping penalty on Chapman. Davidson's shot gets tipped out in front, I believe, by Ted Taylor to make it 2-0. Perot trying to work over his man as it comes in over the line. Rolling back in behind the net. They try and throw it out of front. There was nobody there. So skip it up from their own end and leading it up now is Ted Taylor through center ice. Dropped it for Perot. Gets around Davidson. This could be 3-on-1, but Colton Neely is able to come back as the only Toros defender to scoop it up. They can't get it out of zone. Whitney backhand gets corralled with ease by Alex Chismedia and the Toros goal. Drive is out to the left of the goal. Quick shot getting blocked by Jackman. 2-on-1 the other way. Get on up there with Berta. And Howard's coming up as well. 3-on-1. Pass to Berta. Stop there from Addison as Jackman made the perfect pass. But a nice stop there from Addison. But Jackman got it over there for Berta, but Addison came across to make the tough stop to keep it at 2-0. Now Howard will take the offensive draw. Goes in behind the net. Barter trying to work over his man. Chamberlain with a lead pass. Getting it up there for 18, who dumps it into the corner. That'll go for icing. Again, Howard wins that draw with ease. Nolan Fraser fire it back in behind the net. For JJ Bowder to knock it down. Couldn't go with the puck. Aggressively. Was Bowder trying to knock him off the puck. Now, number 18 puts it up there for Woodward. Woodward's got to get around the check, but he had it knocked off his stick. Comes back in behind the net. Throws a lead pass. This could lead to another 2-on-1, but the pass was too far for Bowder to retrieve it, but he's still not going to give up on the puck against him aggressively. Prevent trying to find it with Jackman now. Logan Jackman goes back in his own end to pick it up, and he gets bothered there by Simon back in behind the goal. Nobody there on that lead pass except for a white sweater and it's Ethan DeVent starting it from center. DeVent coming in with some nice moves with a shot. That gets blocked. And he lost his stick as well. DeVent fires it again. Back to the line for Nolan Fraser. Lost his footing. And here comes Simon the other way. But DeVent's got some speed. He might be able to catch up to Simon, and he does. Push him into the corner. So DeVent, first on the offensive side, was able to get a good shot away and get a good scoring opportunity. And then he comes back nicely on defense to break up that play from Simon. Sabrizi's up into the zone. Sabrizi gets into the corner. Gets bumped up the puck. Connor Cole trying to pick up the loose puck as well. Forward playing defense, knocked down at center by Cale Ryan. And he'll just patiently pick the puck up at center. His dumping pass gets knocked down by Cooper. Cooper's got Simon going to the net, but Cale Ryan's going to make sure he's not going to make that pass as he pushes him wide to the right corner. Lucas Kaplan tries to find it there at center with Sabrizi. Puck's underneath Sabrizi there. Everybody's digging away at it, trying to get it free. Finally does to the Toros. Cale Ryan over there for Gage Ford. Ford from center. Gets it up there for Connor Cole as he comes in. Gets around the check to Galladay. Goes back in behind the goal. Throwing it out in front. There was nobody there, but Connor Cole still has it. Cole doing the work with a shot. Fires it just high over the post. Sabrizi back down low for Cameron Ryan. Throwing it out in front was Chapman, and it got broken up. Connor Cole. Can't clear it. There's Simon on it. Simon not going anywhere except to the bench for the line change. Dumps it back into the corner. Under 5 minutes left to go here in the second period. Ford. Scoop it up in his own end. Going for the lead. Pass up there for Lucas Chapman. Chapman trying to get around the checker. Chips it away at center ice. Nice hit there on the other side. Okay, Ryan. They're coming up in the zone though. They've got their Ryan going to the net, but couldn't get a pass to him as it got poked off the stick. Chapman will take the pass off the board. Go up there with Sabrizi. Chapman, 4-on-1, the odds are against him. Dumps it into the corner. Was able to carry the puck into the Peterborough zone and then just dump it off on the line change. Here comes Whitney with Ryan and Kaleko going to the net. Rolled in on goal. Bouncing shot. Easily handled by Alex Tismedia, and he'll freeze it for another draw in his own end. So as mentioned at the top, since it's an exhibition game, they're probably going to play both goalies. So now in goal for Peterborough will be Chamberlain, and Brett Foreman will be in net now for the Toros. Great start there for Alex Tismedia. Didn't allow any goals against Peterborough, who were coming on strong to start the second period. Here comes Miller in over the blue line, trying to get the shot away, and he does. First shot there for Foreman is a block receive, so he gets tested coming in cold off the bench. Cameron Ryan trying to backhand it out. Can't do it. Knocked down to the other side for LeGressley. LeGressley comes up through center. Gonna move it into the zone. Drop pass for Whitney with a shot that gets blocked there from Cameron Ryan. And now Taylor trying to get to it. Trent Taylor has Mailer to beat. And nice play there by Mailer to block off Trent Taylor. Taylor did everything he could, but Mailer won the battle at the last second. Pulled nearly from his own end. Makes a nice drag move. Lost the puck though. Throwing it at his front. Nobody there to bury it. Stuck there in the corner. Going to come free there for Davidson. He tries to get it out. We got to get it around Dalladay, but Dalladay kept it in from the line. Jackman doing everything he can in the corner now. Fighting with everything he's got to get that puck free. Finally tried to chip it out, and again kept in by Dalladay, but Jackman finally got it up there for JJ Boda. Boda's going for the shot. He tried to get in a little bit closer, but Whitney happened to have swept it off the stick. Aiden Howard goes into the corner. He had a great opportunity here in the second period by cutting to the net, but he was stopped up by the goaltender at that time, Addison. Right now, Chamberlain is in net for Peterborough. Nolan Fraser will chip it back in behind the net. Starting from their own end with a lead pass. Right tape to tape for Leeson. Leeson's going to have a man all over him. Aiden Howard made him lose the puck. Nolan Fraser back in his own end. With a lead pass over the stick of JJ Barta, but he's still able to find the loose puck though. And then to the other side for Jones. Jones will knock it down and dump it into the corner for Greco now. Greco, as he received the puck, had Aiden Howard all over him. Ethan Dervent going for the lead pass. Right tape to tape for Barta along with Jackman. And Barta goes for the flip shot. It rolls in on that. Chamberlain steers it aside and leaves it there for Jones. Last minute of play, period number 2. Toros up 2-0. A goal by JJ Barta in the first period and a goal here in the second by Trent Taylor. Connor Cole trying to come up in the zone, lost control of the puck. Was poked off his stick there. Rolling it into the corner for Nolan Fraser. Toros just trying to escape the second period, up by 2. Peterborough trying to get on the board before the final frame starts, so that comes in offside. Takes off, moving it to the other side. Cale Ryan over there for Gage Ford as he moves it in. Getting it up there for the Toros Sabrizi. Shot, getting blocked. Rebound out of front is going in wide of the net. Nice play to hold it in there. Can't shoot it. Now he will. That gets blocked and goes into the corner. And there's the buzzer. 10 period number 2. And the Toros are up by 2 to start the third. Takes off to start period number 3. The Toros are up by 2. Goal scorers are Barta and Trent Taylor. Connor Cole coming up in the zone, looking for the first shot in the third. Nice stop there from Chamberlain with a right pad. Tapped in there from Ford, tipped it down low. Wide open Connor Cole, right pad saved there from Chamberlain. There's space 2 shots already here in the third period. Going back in behind the net. Cole trying to work over there in the corner. Coming up through center, he'll dump it in behind the net. Throwing it out of front. That gets knocked aside. Back up through center. Coming up in the zone now is Chapman. He gets knocked off the stick. Taking away at it, trying to get it back to the line. And they will with a slap shot. Hit that in front. Went in wide of the net. Here's he digging away at it, trying to slide it in, and another rebound getting in wide of the net. That'll roll right into Chamberlain for another draw. Face off, going back to the line. Chipped all the way down the ice, trying to release that puck now is number 14, Woodward. He's getting pressured in behind the goal. It's got the stick. Davidson flips it down the ice and scooped up in his own end by number 79. They pass just out of the reach of everybody. Lateral roll down the ice and go for icing. It will be a draw on the Peterborough end off to the right of Chamberlain. Won by Taylor, right back to the line for Colton. Nearly tried to flutter a shot and hit a Peterborough defender out of front and whirled in wide of the left net. Trying to dig away at the puck now at the line to keep it in. Davidson, he'll hold it in from the line. Get it for Cameron Ryan. He went for the no-look pass for Perot. Was out of his reach. Number 18 can't clear the zone as Golden nearly held it in from the blue line. They'll be able to clear this one out. 2-on-2 the other way, but the pass is broken up with ease by Davidson. Coming up in, 2-on-1. Woodward can't shoot it. Nice play by Davidson to knock him off the puck. Cameron Ryan 3-on-1 the other way. Lead pass for Perot. Toros stay outside. Nicholas Perot goes into the corner, going for the shot. And kicked aside there from Chamberlain. Fraser from his own end. Take the save for Trent Taylor. He'll dump it the length of the ice right into the corner. Mailer will scoop it up in his own end. The pass is out of the reach. Nolan Fraser finds Aiden Howard as he tries to golf it into the Peterborough end. Nice play by Aiden Howard to take this man down on the other side. Howard read that play well on the board, knocked it down, tries to get around the checker in the corner. Getting some help now with Jackson as he tries to poke it free. They got it back to the line for Neely with a shot. Kicked aside there with ease by Chamberlain. Again back to the line, kept in. Frozen in behind the goal. Going to try for the wraparound. And might go back for Ethan Dervent. Dervent, shot. That goes in wide of the post. Peterborough trying to pick up the loose puck and move it up there for Cooper. Cooper's getting guarded on by Jackman though, as they lost control of the puck. They're going to try and find an open Nolan Fraser. The lead passes over the reach of Aiden Howard at center. Got it coming on the other side here for Ethan Dervent. Dervent from his own end. Can't clear the puck. Taking away at it for Boda. JJ Boda from center. Finds Jackman. Logan Jackman had it poked up the stick. And they come back in over the zone. Jackman with a nice play to knock it down in his own end. Jackman with a strong forehand to dump it out. And now we'll skip it up and come up into the zone. Logan Jackman leads it in. Tries for the shot. It's off, blocked there. And clear the side. Ryan for Peterborough dumps it in. Here comes Whitney trying to get around the check. And he does. Throw it in front. And nice play by Taylor Ryan. Dangerous play as you don't know what those centering passes can do hitting the defenseman. Coming up in the zone is Connor Cole going for the drop pass. And they shoot. Nice stop there. Sabrizi got all he could. But it was stopped in the Peterborough goal by Chamberlain. A draw that's off to the left of the Peterborough goal now. That one over the stick there. Taylor Ryan rolling right in on net. And an easy stop there for Brett Foreman in the Toros end. Leeson will take this face off. Just off to the right of Brett Foreman. And Connor Cole will take it for the Toros. LeGressley steps into it. Tipped at the front. Couldn't get it through. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here. This one's going to go to the Toros and it'll go for tripping. So we've had two tripping calls in the game. One went to Peterborough, and this one's going to go to the Toros. It will be Gage Ford who will get the gate here for the Toros. So Peterborough down by 2, but will get a power play with still 9:41 remaining on the clock. Leeson will take this big offensive draw here for the Petes. One, Nice defensive win on the face-off by Connor Cole. Now he's trying to win the battle. Leeson gets it back there for Woodward. Leeson has it, sending it up front. Broken up there with ease. Trying to find the lane, and he'll get it past Mailer down the ice. Not going to be icing as Toros are killing out the power play. Chamberlain in the Peterborough net with his glove up. Calling for the icing call, but he must have slipped his mind that the Toros were killing out the penalty. And it's going to be a two-man advantage for Peterborough as a headshot penalty will come to Kale Ryan. So, opportunity knocking here for the Peterborough Petes to start things. They're down by 2, but they've got a two-man advantage for at least a minute 27 with Gage Ford and Kale Ryan, two of the good defensemen for the Toros, sitting in the box. Quick shot, blocked that in front. Out front again, Greco. Left pad stop there from Foreman. Kicked it aside. Gordon Neely trying to get it out. And another nice play by Trent Taylor. Great defensive play by Colton Neely to chip it up, and Taylor does the rest. Simon from his own end. Trying to fire that one to the other side. Here comes Greco up in the zone. Greco dropping it there for Simon. Simon with the puck. Drops it back there for Sturge. Sturge will go into the corner for Cooper now. Peterborough moving it around well, trying to look for that opportunity. They've got a lot of ice to work with. 5-on-3. Back to the line for Jones. Jones will take his time from the line. Trying to get a shot through. That's good. Blocked there by Davidson. Goes into the corner for Cooper, who's trying to win the battle. Davidson can't get it out past Jones. Setting up Simon now. Simon gets away. Backhand shot. Stopped there with the mask of Foreman. Setting up Sturge. His shot. Stopped there with by the glove of Foreman. He got a piece of it. But Peterborough moving it around well on their power play. 10 seconds left on the penalty to Gage Ford. 35 seconds left on the penalty to Kale Ryan. Setting it up. One time, he couldn't get it away. Sturge rolls it in. Stopped there with Foreman as he was down to make good save and steer it aside. Sturge can't keep it in as the Hofstober is stick in out. Gage Ford out of the penalty box, into the zone, and his shot as he tried to go right in face to face with Chamberlain, and he made the save. It's off to the left of the goal. Up through center comes Nicholas Perot. Can't do anything with it. There's nice backhand shot. Ryan's in, and he can't get the shot away. Is this going to be another Peterborough penalty? It's going to be a holding penalty, and this one will go to Peterborough. LeGressley's going to go to the box. So the Toros will have a power play for 1:55 once the penalty to Kale Ryan is over. Foreman came up huge as Peterborough were moving that puck around well and had some opportunities. They just couldn't find that one to the back of the net. Sturge had a great opportunity to step into a one-timer from the side of the net, but it went over his stick before he could get his shot away. Toros trying to get the puck out. Up through center. Now the Toros are on the power play. Penalty to Kale Ryan's over. Still a lot of time left to go here in the game. This is the final tune-up game, the exhibition for the Toros before they start the season next Friday versus Pickering. Kale Ryan has it back on behind the net. Cameron Ryan going back to the line. Nice play there by Bauder to spin away from the checker. Tried to set up Cameron Ryan, but he was tied up. Tapped in by Dervent from the line. Ethan Dervent letters it to the net. In wide. Cameron Ryan winning the battle, throwing it in for Pro. His a great opportunity right in front of the goal. Gets fired high and wide. Tapped in from the line. The shot can't get kept by Pro, but he'll pick it up off the back end boards. Nicholas Pro back in the line. Nice play by Dervent to hold the blue line. Keep it in the zone and keep the pressure on the Petes. Pro trying to get it around the check. Has it back in behind the goal, trying to win the battle. Back in behind the net is Whitney. He'll fire it to the other side. Jackman's going to try and keep it in there. Throwing it out in front. That gets taken away by Kalaki. Kalaki dumps it past Fraser down the ice and back in behind the goal. Scooped up there by Durant from his own end. Lead pass for JJ Barta. He can't get it out. Barta couldn't get it past Leeson. He comes in. One too many moves, lost control of the puck. Toros get it. Let it by Aiden Howard. Nice play by Barta to knock it down, but couldn't control the bouncing puck, and neither can Leeson as he got taken down by Ethan Durant here in front of us. Aiden Howard lead pass. As the bouncing puck scooped up by Jackman. Logan Jackman getting hauled down there at the blue line. Lost control of the puck. Ryan can't get it out. Aiden Howard flips it in. Nice stop from Chamberlain. JJ Barta's going to step into this one. And it's a right pad save from Chamberlain. Right back in behind the goal they go. They've got a man sitting all on his own. It's Woodward. They go for the stretch pass. Missed him. Rolled in on that. And glove save from Foreman. He'll just steer it aside and leave it behind the goal for Colton Neely. Neely from his own end with a pass up to the center. Broken up nicely as Greco read it well. Woodward's shot. That might have hit Davidson on its way through. Colton Neely trying to win the battle with Aiden Howard again. Helping him out. Woodward at the front. Woodward poked it just wide of the goal. Back in behind the net. Nice stop there from Foreman as he caught that one with ease, but bad angle shot. Peterborough tried to catch him off on the wrong foot, and Foreman wasn't fooled on that play. Take another draw off to the right, and Greco will take it versus Connor Cole. One easy. Mailer flips it to the net, just high and wide. Might have caught the blocker of Foreman. Out in front, Foreman had to stay against the post and made the save to freeze it. A draw just off to the right of the goal. Cale Ryan from his own end, he'll start it. He's got Cooper and then Simon putting pressure on him from behind the net, so they'll go for that lead pass. Simon controlling his man. Cale Ryan dumps it in the zone. This could be leader of 3-on-2 as Chapman was up there. So Breezy fires it back to the line for Gage Ford, throwing it to the net. Connor Cole couldn't tip it. Gage Ford will fire it now. Again knocked down there by the Peterborough defense and cleared aside. A hopping puck goes over Cale Ryan and down the ice. We're approaching 3 minutes left to go here in this exhibition game. The last tune-up here for the Toros. The 2AA Toros had a very good tournament in St. Catharines. They went 4-0 in the round robin before getting knocked off by Burlington late in the game. So they're bringing some momentum into their regular season with a 2-0 lead here over Peterborough in their last exhibition game. A draw that's off to the right of the goal. Taylor wins it with ease. Can't poke it back to the line. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Might lead to a breakaway. In and fires it high and wide over the goal. One of the better opportunities for Peterborough, fired high and wide. Cale Ryan doing the damage with Thoreau. Trying to dig at that black puck, get it free. They move it back to the line. Sturge can't hold it. And here comes Cameron Ryan up in the zone. He's got to get around that last check. Jones has it. Dumps it out in front. And Taylor couldn't fire it away on the forehand. Thoreau. Kalaki with a late pass up through center. The 2-on-2. But Jones is joining the rush as well. Whitney shot, left pad save, and then steered into the glove of Foreman for another draw. And that draw will take place off to the right. One there by the Toros with ease. Ethan Durant from his own zone. Late pass there for JJ Barta. Barta getting around the check. Can't get around number 83. Leeson taking away at it against Durant. As That will be now Nolan Fraser from his own end. We've reached the 2-minute warning here in the third period. 2 minutes left to go. Back in behind the net. Coming around the other side. Devent from center ice. Trying to chip it in. And he knocks his man down. Nice hit there by Ethan Devent, taking down Woodward at his own bench. But Leeson comes away with it. Leeson's in. Stop there from Foreman with a right pad. But he's on his back. Leeson trying to throw it at the front for another opportunity, but Woodward can't shoot it. Kept in from the line from Miller. Shot. Stopped at the front. And Foreman might have been the one that stopped it with his stick. Simon takes it back in behind the net. Throwing it out front. Peterborough putting everything they can. And they score. Woodward is able to finally find the back of the net on a scramble out in front to poke it in. And we've got a 1-goal game with 1:19 remaining. All the pressure from the Petes finally paid off on a scramble out in front. Finally, Woodward was able to sweep it in. So now the Toros have got to try and win this nail-biter, up by 1. Right now, the game-winning goal belongs to Trent Taylor in the second period, when that time gave them a 2-0 lead, and they score! What a shot! Caught Chamberlain up on the wrong foot. So just as Peterborough thought they had a little bit of momentum, that shot was able to beat Chamberlain to make it 3-1. Now we are in the last minute of play. 3-1 Toros. Knocked down at center. Davidson bringing up in the zone. Starts it himself. Tries to do something with the puck. Going back to the line for Connor Cole. He's broken up. Peterborough come up in the zone. Nice play by Sabrizi to hold him out the puck. The two-man advantage. Throwing it out of front. Nice stop there from Foreman, steering it aside. Chapman starts it in. Lucas Chapman comes in with an empty net to shoot at. Instead he backhands it right to the tape, and they score! Sabrizi puts it into the open net. Nice play there by Chapman. Lucas Chapman could have fired it into the open net, but he went for the unselfish play and moved it right over Sabrizi. And Sabrizi had the wide open net to put it in to make it 4-1.
Let's go, Chapman!
22 seconds left to go on the clock. Coming up through center is Ryan. Ryan getting up in the zone. Kill Ryan is all over him. Bumps him off the puck finally. 10 seconds left to go. The Toros are going to celebrate an exhibition win before they start their season, but not before we get another penalty coming up. With 2.9 seconds left, Kill Ryan will go to the box. So we'll get one more draw off the face-off. Toros will get to celebrate another victory. If you count all the wins from the tournament, this will be their 5th victory of the year already. So what a great start before they start their season next Friday versus the Pickering Panthers. The Pee Wee AA Toros are on a roll, and their season starts next Friday. MJ Broadcasting will be bringing it to you all season. I'm the voice of MJ Broadcasting, Mike Jackman. See you next Friday.